Survey sees two, takes the three, got it! Damian Lillard knocks down the triple with 8 8/10 seconds remaining. Yeah, Dame time. They're being very conservative, of course, with his minutes. Dame outside, no one open. Time running down, 11 on the shot clock, drills a three. What is that, 2 strides? Past midcourt, nothing but net.
Hey, look at this three. There's 12 seconds on the shot clock.
He can shoot that.
3 seconds left in the quarter. Dame steps through, deep three on the way, banks it in! Damian Lillard from the logo. He has been unbelievable from distance of late.
Like he's making a joke of things now.
Moving on the floor, it's a successful three-point field goal, but it's under review.
It's good. And Dame with 14 in the quarter.
So simple for him.
A Blazer can dribble and then get it off if he needs to. No dribble.
Dame from deep. Yes, sir! Dame from way downtown. Dame distance, and he finishes the quarter with the 10th three-pointer for the
But when you've been in a
room on the court.
Missed that one. Right at the rim. Reddish the other way. Dame, a deep one. Buried it. Damian Lillard from long range, way out in the deep water.
The defense was scattered. He kept moving back to the open spot.
Comes Dame again. He just rolls by Wagner, elevates and packs it. Exerts his will.
We're going to get to see this replay. I was waiting for a whistle to see this replay. The handle before it was just as nice as a takeoff. This right here, oh, that between the legs. I told you that right to left. I've seen it take lives. And then the blow by right, I've seen it. And then the blow by right.
Windmilling his arms, Blazers by 10, a burst into the lane, flushed him with a right hand. Damian Lillard right down the boulevard with a right hand jam.
He's leading the Blazers right down the middle.
Sideline to get the rock. High dribble, into the lane, running right-hander up and in, Damian Lillard. With that runner, 71 points, a career high. 22 of 37, 13 of 21 from 3. 71 tonight.
Good one-on-one defense from Shaedon Sharpe in transition, and that's something that caught Coach Billups' eye as well, is the fact that Shaedon has done a terrific job on the ball. Oh, yes.
Sidestep triple for Lillard. To shoot. Trying to get the Blazers late in the shot clock. Lillard's a long way from home. Spinning step back for 2. Rattled it in. Oh, he's so good with that clock running down. Differential of about 6 between the clocks. Dame between the wickets. Stop and start dribble. She can make face. Oh!
Woo! Comes back. And here it is again. This is just one-on-one. I can get it done.
Suns a lead of 5. 5 minutes gone by here in the third. Lillard, the step back. Oh, yeah! 6:06 left, third quarter play. Damian Lillard, right him on a night like this. 33, he's hit 5 from 3. Over here to Lillard. Dame works across the arc. Booker on his hip, challenges Ayton with a teardrop off the window. What a beauty. Oh, man, was that a beauty.
It's all starting with the guard play. The time before, Dame looking at Ayton, who doesn't step up, so Dame takes the fight to him.
Blazers certainly have the work cut out for him. Defensively, they're 8th rated right now in the league. Really bunched up on that screen set by Nurkic. This time, Dame goes the opposite direction. Sidelines into the paint and scores. Tumbles to the floor, shape-shifting in the air, and still got cracked in the head.
Time there's a screen waiting, the defense is loaded up for that. So you can see Anthony Davis positioned to the left of the screen, expecting Dame to come off that side. So once Dame chooses differently, he's got a direct line drive.
Dame will take it. He'll turn, hesitate. He had it. Works to the inline, a step back. Tough shot. He knocked it down over Walker. 13 to shoot. Dame straightaway look at 3. No sweat.
And here's one of the benefits of Josh Hart. As we get another look at Dame's 3.
AD trailing for three. Hasn't worked all night or all afternoon. This is that one as well, but it comes off long. Josh's 13th rebound gives to Dame. Has a step into the lane. He comes. That is just veteran guile right there, Lamar. No question.
I thought we might have seen a little bit more of earlier in the game where the ball is forced. It's funneled to what is considered a non-shooter. There you go.
Is lucky to get it, and he commits a foul. But watch Dame go to work.
Yep, as long as he's on the floor.
Dame operating with the left hand, steps back to the lead, and three up and in. Damian Lillard has done it again. A three to give the Blazers the lead. Yeah, what time is it? You hit it on the head. You give him any kind of space to operate, gather moment. Dame comes to it, drives it, goes at Jokic, draws the foul, and one with a high kiss off the glass.
Knows the big, look, he turns down Anthony Simon's screen, knows the big's going to step up, and he's got the burst to get past, to just get the shoulder.
Justice to serve, and here comes Lillard the other way. Hesitates, drives it, leans, scores at the buzzer with a left-hand scoop. High five and Landon with a look, pumping up the chest, flexing it out.
And the Blazers got what they wanted out of it, a steal, but couldn't convert.
Miami by 2, minute and a half left. Dame a burst coming off the high screen into the lane, lays it up and in as he wedges his body on body. Matters play.
A couple plays ago, Dame in the middle of the floor. He can go either direction. Starts off left, then to the right, back to the left, but uses the inside hand on the finish to negate the shot blocking. Butler's preparing to launch for the shot. Nurk leaves the ground, and Adebayo is to negate.
To the lane, lays it up and in as he wedges it. At the buzzer with the left hand. Miami by 2, minute and a half left. Dame a burst coming off the high screen into the lane, lays it up and in as he wedges his body on body. Matters play.
A couple plays ago, Dame in the middle of the floor. He can go either direction. Starts off left, then to the right, back to the left, but uses the inside hand on the finish to negate the shot blocking. Butler's preparing hand.
on the finish to negate the shot blocking.
Butler's preparing to launch for the shot. Nurk leaves the ground, and Adebayo was able to sneak in behind that.
Boy, Lillard really needed to work for that one as Caleb Martin was turning the dribble. Jimmy Butler long strides into the lane off balance. Jeremy Grant with a rebound. Here he comes. He's got Nurk on his right. He's got Dame on the far side of the gym. One dribble adjustment for three. Ripped it. Two on him. Butler rotates to Lillard. They quickly move it. Dame step back, got it. That one over Butler, and the ball movement. 2:28 remaining. Lillard a chance to tie or take the lead. Into the lane, to the glass. Scoop shot up and in. We're tied at 98 with 2:20 remaining.
Jeremy Grant not needed to dip that ball at all. Gets it right to the shot pocket and up.
Watford the crossover into the lane. Oh, a crazy pull up and pivot. Swings it away here to Lillard. He'll raise for three. Got it. Lillard's first bucket of the night, and he is fouled. And a chance at a 4-point for Lillard.
Don't let the TV run, because you're going to miss something. He passed up the three on the catch. Then just got settled a little bit, got comfortable, made himself at home.
Hart making a run out. A Blazer rebound. Here they come. 3:22 left in the second. Dame dives, darts, pulls up, and sticks a triple as he was veering to his right and turns. Trying to pry it free in there was Sharp, and he did, and got it over here to Jabari Walker. Now Dame will take over. A deep three. Got it. Oh, that was clean. Action back and forth, Lamar.
Yep. Dame just pulling up from deep to let you know he can do that.
James catches, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosch. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the Trey, yes and no, friends and the foes, the Butlers and the Herros. You can feel it in your soul, but when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing, like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Listen, y'all. I've been reading the comments. All right, I've been reading it. People are upset. They don't think it's going to happen. People are saying the series is over. So you know what's going to happen the next game, y'all, right? Not to be the optimistic guy, but like they're going to win the next game. They are going to win the next game. Maybe no one wants to hear that right now because there's a lot of hate going on. I get it. The role players did not show up. There's so many people who deserve shade tonight. But listen, bro, there's no way you think that they're not going to win the next game, bro. You know what's going to happen. Everyone's going to pick Denver the next game. Everyone's going to talk about Denver the next day. You know what's going to happen. It just happened the other day. Don't be blinded. It's going to be 2-2 going back to Denver. And, yeah, man, you can't do anything when Jokic plays like that, bro. What the hell do you want them to do, bro?
Shut up, Alex.
Bro?
We suck. We suck again. How can we allow a triple-double from Jokic, a triple-double from Jamal Murray, a 2K-like performance from Murray Gordon without the scoring? It's like he's just walked in at a 67 overall and done this shit. We got out-rebounded by 65 to 41. They made 5 threes and they beat us by 15 points. Now, look, we've all been promoted here. Royal is currently being dragged off the floor, and he's pissed. I heard he tried to get into the locker room, and they wouldn't let him in, and then he threw hands. But I'm joined with Alex and Stone. We are here to give you the best content we can with the shittest performance that we've put up in this postseason, in my opinion. It was lackluster. It was boring. It was trash. Who the fuck? Who is this Braun cunt? I don't know. Christian Braun? They kept saying, oh, Brown. It's Brown. I'm like, oh, Bruce Brown. And I'm like, wait a second. That's not Bruce Brown. His name is Christian Braun, and he sucks. Look, there's going to be more people joining the show anyway. It was just a pathetic, lackluster, crap performance all the way around. It was boring. I feel like the game has not even started yet. But I do agree there will be a bounce back. I don't know how the fuck we're going to stop this Jokic idiot from flopping all over the joint. Kyle Lowry, 6'2". Yes, he might be fat, but holy shit, does he not have muscle on him? You cannot get pushed over. But the refs are just not the refs' fault. We played like shit. We're going to go around the room. What are you guys feeling? I'm going to start with Brian. Welcome, Brian. What the fuck happened tonight? You tell me.
Hello. Actually, I just wanted to give everybody on this panel, everybody in the comments, everybody in Miami, Florida, extended, an opportunity to join me on I Don't Give a Fuck Island, right? This is a whole TV series. 5 months have been terrible. The last season is the 6th season. It's 5 seasons of bullshit. We're in the 6th season of, oh my God, maybe the show is good. I've already checked out, right? And again, I just found out that you were playing basketball last week. I thought that they had lost to Chicago. I come back, and it's the same shit. It's the same shit. We saw tonight that the Nuggets did a really, really good job of not only attacking the zone, getting in the middle. They happen to have 2 guys that are just like absolute zone busters in Jokic and Murray. And when not only that, but when you're able to force switches between, like when you got Bam on Jokic, you're able to force Jimmy on Jokic. Like that is a bucket every single time. Brian didn't watch the game. That's not true. I actually did for the first time in God knows how long, Ricky. Yeah, the Nuggets are just a really fucking good team. And the reality is the Miami Heat are not supposed to be here. And I think that at a certain point, you gotta realize the miracle comes to an end. There is no Cinderella story. This is the longest setup for the longest fall in NBA history. Y'all do not have to experience this. The next game is on a Friday. I advise you, go enjoy your Friday. Go do something different. They are going to lose in Miami. It will be 3-1. There is no LeBron James on this team. You are relying on a man named Max Strus and Gabe Vincent in the corpse of Kevin Love and whatever the fuck a Cody Zeller is to win you an NBA championship. Bam Adebayo had a really good game today. Jimmy Butler had a really good game today. And guess what? They lost. I'm trying to protect everybody here from themselves. I, again, invite you to join me. Join me in not caring about this series. This season can be over for all of us. We can stand together and protest. My brothers, my sisters, my non-binary folk. Let's do better for ourselves. Let's do better for ourselves and move on because this season is done. It's over.
Who let you speak? What is this? What part of Denver is paying you off to speak like this, Brian? We are in the NBA Finals. We're winning it all. It's going to happen. Just a little bit longer than we thought.
I will never be in Denver.
Who gave you that shirt?
In Colorado. I'm a prophet. I see these things. If Miami Heat win a championship, I will fly down to Miami and personally shake Erik Spoelstra's hand. I would still want basically have the team going, but I will shake Erik Spoelstra's hand. And let me tell you, I am not coming to Florida. I can tell you that. I am terrified of Ron DeSantis. So I'm just coming to give you guys a good word.
They're pissed off. My dogs are pissed off. Look what you've done to them. I have to deal with that now. Lucky Luciano, thank you for I think it was the $2 dono saying that we do not belong in this series. That's not true. That's false. Propaganda. It's crap. We do belong here.
No.
It's a bad game. It's a bad game. Let us not overreact to the bad game. James Todd, thank you for the $20 as well. Talent, discrepancy. Look at the Nuggets roster and then look at our roster. We got destroyed on the boards and everything seemed easy for the Nuggets while we struggled for everything. Hard to feel confident currently. Absolutely, it's hard. Sorry. Now, it looks bleak. Today was a bad game. We're allowed to have bad games, okay? They walked onto our home floor, destroyed us in the paint, destroyed us in the boards. We look like crap. I get it. It's sad. But there's hope. While Jimmy Butler draws breath, And while Bam Adebayo is still playing well, don't you fucking dare talk shit about Bam Adebayo today. That was not his fault. That is not his fault. You want to see whose fault it is? Let's go around the room real quick. I'm going to go round them off real quick. Max Strus, 24 minutes, 12 seconds. Minus 11, 3 points. That's why we lost. Okay? Duncan Robinson being on the floor, not long enough. That's why we lost. He is better than Max Strus, and we played him 13 minutes and 57 seconds. Haywood Highsmith, 2 minutes, 27 seconds. One of the best on-ball defenders on our roster right now is not playing enough while Jamal Murray destroys us every single time he gets the ball. All right, I'm going to go to Stone right quick while I fix up my dogs. Stone, what the fuck happened tonight?
Man, I just feel like we came out there and we just laid a giant stinker. I mean, that was just kind of a gross game to watch, start to finish. I could tell right away the Nuggets came in with a different energy. I wasn't expecting to pull out a win, but I was hoping we could kind of keep it close and make it one of those ugly games in the fourth. I think it's interesting what people are saying about Bam's game tonight. Like, yeah, he played all right, I thought, but 7 for 21 definitely didn't help the team on offense. But that can be long forgotten behind what did Vincent and Strus go? 3 for 17. I mean, I felt like I was back in the regular season. This is just another night in Oklahoma City. I'm watching these scrubs fighting for their NBA contracts, and they're losing the fight. I don't know. I'm with Alex, though. I'm optimistic about the next game. Denver hasn't shown me anything where I'm like, wow, they put the fear of God in me. They've got this like locked up. I feel like they haven't been here before, and I think if we can come out and get them with a really good punch, they'll fold. It's just like kind of all about timing that punch. You know, if you let Jamal Murray get hot and get into games, it's going to be really tough to stop them. But I think we do a better job limiting them the next game. I think Spo makes some lineup tweaks, some rotation tweaks, and I think we come out okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Denver is gonna okay. Are the Denver Nuggets way more talented than the Miami Heat? No doubt. Was there things that just did not go their way tonight? But there's also some stupid shit. Max Strus, I don't think he should play. I don't know what to do with him. Like, I don't know if he can play on the rest of the series. I don't care what he did in Chicago anymore. I really don't. Like this, he can't be on the floor. Zeller can't be on the floor. And honestly, Duncan needed some more minutes. So I really think that Spo had some weird decisions tonight, but I thought at the same time, Caleb Martin, I don't know if this man is going to return to that Boston form. I don't know if we should have expected that. I was kind of hoping for it. And listen, you're not going to win a game when Nikola Jovic drops 30, 20, and 10. Like, it's just not happening. And if you blame Bam for that, I mean, I can understand that. Like, it's not great to have that scored in your head, but I thought Bam did everything he could tonight, and I think Jokic is quite literally the best at making the stupidest shots in the league. And
way better than Dirk was, in my opinion.
Away. And again, this sounds stupid. I get it. One shot away. I don't want to be that guy. But the Nuggets almost folded again tonight when Jimmy Butler wasn't even on the floor with 2 minutes left. This team is not there yet. Mike Malone challenged his team and said, get out there and work harder, and the Heat did not meet that challenge. The Nuggets outworked the Heat tonight. So now it's time for the Heat to respond. They got to win the next game. Everyone's going to say the Nuggets are going to win the next game. The spread's going to be like 7 or 8 again, and you know what's going to happen. Do not fall for this trap. I'm not saying we're going to win the championship, but it's going 6 or 7. It's going 6 or 7, and it's going to be 2-2 going back to Denver. We might lose the next 2 after that, totally. But, and again, listen, Bam, I don't know. Bam, if you're going to blame him for the 30, 20, and 10, I mean, he's done that to everyone. Isn't that the 3rd time now he's done this in NBA history? Like, let's be honest, he's probably the best offensive player in the league. He is the best offensive player in the league, and he just showed why he should have been 3 straight MVPs, and you got to beat that guy to win a championship. This isn't, I hate to say it, this isn't Tatum, bro. This isn't Brown. They're not going to fold. He's not going to fold. He is not going to fold. Every night he's going to give you that. So you gotta figure that out. And, you know, Murray gave you the one stinker that he's going to give. And, man, he hit some ridiculous threes, bro. Like, what the fuck do you want Bam to do when he's going over the screen at 35 feet out, hand in his face, and it went in it? Like, bro, role players got to step up. That's an embarrassment at home, though, shooting-wise. You guys, Max Strus, bro, fraud. Talked all that loud, for real. Complete fraud. And to bring up the donation, if we want to go back, I can read that, the Alex G one. It says, this organization and fans plus commentators are so delusional, saying we didn't need Herro, soft. Listen, no one's saying we didn't need Herro. Tyler Herro won't play. Ask Tyler when he wants to come back. Ask Tyler. I'm really hoping that somebody covering the game tonight can ask Tyler Herro, when are you going to come back? Let's stop with all the BS, bro. You're practicing everything. You've been cleared reportedly. Let's do it. Dan the Film Jet, thank you for the $2 dono. We played like absolute bumps tonight. Facts. The role players did. I'm kind of pissed we wasted a good Jimmy start. Once I saw Jimmy kind of get 10 in the first quarter, I thought we were back, to be completely honest with you. But George, I'll let you take
Alex,
it.
you butchered it. We played like absolute bums tonight. And it's true. We did play like bums. I want to talk about Jimmy. Because it seems like, there's those little reports every now and again. He's not healthy. We know that. There's stuff going on at home. We didn't know that. We just don't know anything. I don't know if there was just some crap that Stephen A decided to bring up one day to give him an excuse or a pass for this crap. But it doesn't feel like he's actually giving it his all anymore. Like even today, he had 28. Yeah, it's on paper, had 28 points. Did pretty good. It doesn't come with the same impact, though. It doesn't come at the right times. He doesn't. That little bunny hop jumper that looks like crap every time. I swear to God, he needs glasses or something. Like the depth perception isn't working. If he's front on with the rim and he's putting it up, it looks like it's missing every time. It's either coming up short or he's slamming it against the backboard. I want to talk about Jimmy because it just doesn't feel like he's there anymore. It feels like this is the BAM show and we're just relying on Gabe Vincent and Max Strus to give us 15 points each every night, which would be nice, but it's not what the fuck we're about. The reason we won in Milwaukee and in New York mostly was because of Jimmy and putting, on the back of his performances, being able to add good players to that. But it just doesn't feel like he's doing that for us anymore. What's going on? How the fuck do we get him integrated again? What's different from now, between now and back then? What's different?
I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna hop out. I just think that we have this standard for Jimmy where we kind of expect him to play like Michael Jordan because he's been doing that essentially, statistically. I still think he played great tonight, but admittedly, yeah, like we need more from you in the finals. Like we saw you play like a fucking god versus a team that won a championship 2 years ago, and no disrespect to Aaron Gordon. Like he has been great defensively in these playoffs, but like if you can tear up the Milwaukee Bucks defense, like I kind of expect you to do that against Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. and Jeff Green and Jamal Murray, right? And it might be a little unfair to ask. Like it might be unfair to ask a guy who prior to this year's playoffs and last year's playoffs has never played like how we've been seeing him play. But at the end of the day, that's what it takes to win a championship. Like I said earlier, there's no LeBron James on this team. There's no 06 D Wade. Like you have to be that guy. And it can't always be, well, we need Max Strus and Duncan Robinson to hit a ridiculous number of threes and I'll just coast and let Bam maybe do his thing. Like you have to be that guy. Go get that Finals MVP, Jokic is going to go down as one of the greats. Show us in the series that you can be just as great as him for 7 games. And this is going to be the last thing, but they better win that game on Friday because if they lose and they're down 3-1 going back to Denver, got to readjust to the altitude. They're going to get fucked worse at a prostitute on Skid Row. So, yeah, it's going to be bad. It's a do or die. It's do or die on Friday. With that, I'm out. Fuck off to anybody who thinks that I am lying, that I'm hating. Like, I'm telling the truth. Sightseer Young. I'll see y'all on the lake fishing.
Don't hate Brian. Hate the shirt, not the man. Okay? You hate the shirt, not the man. Just keep saying that to yourself. Stone, I feel like we haven't gotten to hear from you quite as much. Tonight feels like a Stone-dominated performance. What have you got to say? Give us something.
Hey, listen, we're going to win on Friday night because I'm going to be in the fucking building. And so if we lose, it's going to be like when the Riddler let shit go all over Gotham. I will drown Miami. They'll see floods like a hurricane couldn't even create. But here's my thing. I get what you're saying about Jimmy. He hasn't been giving us that impact, but I feel like you can also spin it in an optimistic way. Like 28 points for Jimmy. He's been giving us duds this whole series. That's like his first significant amount of points. I'm optimistic about what he can do in the next game. And I know that this team is like a cockroach. It refuses to get killed. You can try and step on them. The media tries to step on them as much as they can, but they just keep getting back up. It's like that fuels them. It's like they read all the tweets. It's like they listen to all the talk shows, and then they just come out and kick ass and do the opposite of what everyone says they're going to do. So, I find it really hard to believe that they could get to this point and lose 2 games at home. I really feel like we're about to hit an optimistic stride here and go to Denver with some real momentum.
Bro, I just want Tyler Herro to play basketball. That's it. Don't keep on speculating about Tyler. I want him to come back. I think there's a role for him to come back. I would rather him be playing than Strus, no doubt. I don't know why he's not playing. That's all I'm saying.
Look, we spoke about it.
Absolutely needs to be moved next year. I'm also saying that. Sorry.
We spoke about it on the Random Scrappy podcast as well. We said that if Miami was to lose this game, it's game 4 for him or nothing. It's do or die. In my opinion, if we go down 3-1, that's an insurmountable task to try.
What are we going to do? So he comes back when we're down 3-1 in Denver? Thanks. What? Like, what is that? You're going to come back? He did that. Didn't he do that last time? He came back for the last game, played 10 minutes and did. This is the same shit over and over again with him. Like, bro, he literally said he was aiming for a return for the finals. I've seen stuff that he's been cleared to return medically or something like that. Seen that around on the timeline. He's warming up before every game. Like, either come out and say he's not healthy enough to play. Don't stop having one reporter say he's coming back game 2 and another person saying that he might not come back at all. Clearly, there's a disconnect, bro. Like, you can't tell me, like, yes, maybe he would mess up the flow of the offense on some nights, but a night like tonight, we need him. We need him tonight. Like, when we're just not getting buckets, when it's struggle hoops, at least he can he's that type of guy who can get going. So we could have used him tonight. No doubt, but I'm telling y'all, next game, we're going to shoot like 60-something% from 3. Like, Duncan's going to go like 4 of 7. Duncan didn't play well tonight either, so I know people wanted more minutes of him, but it's not like he was going to save us tonight.
Isn't that just sad, though, that we have to beg for a 60% shooting night just to beat a team? Isn't that just sad? Why can't we just win comfortably one time in these playoffs? It's never happened. It's never happened. It's because Gabe's gone for 27 or Max Strus goes 6 of 8 from 3. It's one of those.
I don't think it'll be Strus, though.
It's not going to be Strus. Look,
this team only knows how to win ugly. They scrapped into this playoffs. Like, this team has literally only learned how to win games by getting into the ugliest basketball games possible and just getting in the mud and being better pig wrestlers. Like, that's the bottom line. So when Jokic ends up with that stat line, I'm with Alex. There's nothing anyone can really do. But it's about how can you get Jokic down into the mud with you? And if you can't, can you drag Jamal Murray down in the mud with you? Because you got to drag one of them down in the mud with you. If they're both clicking, we just don't have the firepower to compete with that. I mean, criticize Bam, love Bam, whatever. He's just not that type of scorer to match that kind of offensive firepower. And they're not that kind of defender. So, like, I'm not saying one's more valuable than the other. I'm just saying that they got to be able to contain one of them and at least make their looks ridiculously hard. And, like, Jamal Murray makes some just tough shots. I mean, it's pretty crazy to watch.
He had a 30-point triple-double, too. He was crashing. Yeah. He heard the message from Mike Malone. Mm-hmm. He outworked Gabe Vincent, and I know Gabe Vincent got in really frustrating foul trouble early, and effectively it took him out of the game. He never got any rhythm, and he's a rhythm player. He needs to heat up like that. So it was unfortunate, but I'm telling you, man, you just know what's going to happen the next game. Right when everybody's out, it happens. Honestly, oh, absolutely, Royal. Please do. Please do. I think we're all in agreement here that we would bench this man and I would start D-Rob over him next game. And I don't like D-Rob, but I would start him over Strus next game. I think you got to do something. Maybe Strus cooks off the bench. Maybe that, flips a switch. Who knows? But, do something. I think we do have to have a little bit of a switch there because he's killing them. And you already know that he's not going to stop shooting. He's said that. It's not like he can go out there and be a decoy and just draw people and find the right pass. He's always going to be in that mode, and now they're just going to always let him do that until he goes. Even if he started 3 of 5 or something like that, he would then miss the next 4. He's just a volume shooter like that, and we can't be having that.
I don't think we're going to think more on the fact that these are shared problems. We have to actually sit there and figure out what we have to do to stop Jamal Murray and Jokic. Well, in game 2, we went to Kevin Love, putting a bigger body on Jokic continuously. Then you double him with Bam. That's how we stopped Jokic in game 2. It was not because he chose to score and not pass. You limited his options. It was drive to the rim. That was your one option. And he did. And he made some great shots in game 2. He had 41. Of course, he had to have some great shots. But you look at Jamal Murray. He ended the game, what was it, last game with 18? He had 20 in the first half. I didn't see a switch coming into the second half from Spo. I'm not blaming Spo. I'm just saying you got to try something new. When someone has 20 against you in a half, you got to focus in on that. And he ended with 55% shooting, 34 points. That's not good.
At a certain point, I don't know. Listen, I'm not a basketball coach, but I know it's hard to obviously trap Murray and do stuff like that with Jokic out there, but Spo needs to, dig deep into his bag and find a way to be like someone else besides those two. You can obviously, Jokic is always going to get his, but especially with Murray, I think we got to be at the point where it's got to be Jokic and somebody else. Like MPJ, Aaron Gordon, one of those dudes needs to go crazy for you to win in that game. Like Murray will not do that again. Because if Murray dropping a 30-point triple-double is just like, oh my God, I don't know. Some of the shots he was hitting were crazy for sure, but that just can't happen again. I trust Spo though too, man. Like every time people again, Spo doesn't have a good coaching game, he'll come out there and show why he's the top 3 coach in the NBA. So we'll see what he does with Mike Malone this time. We'll see if the Nuggets the Nuggets might get content. Say we got that home court back, and we'll see you there. That can absolutely happen. Did you know Mike Malone in the post-game speech after the loss literally said, now we have to go back and get home court. They've done that. We'll see if they kind of slouch. I don't know. And the Heat have to shoot better from 3 in the next game. They just have to. Highsmith, dude who maybe should get more minutes. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but I trust him more than Strus right now. I can tell you that.
I want to go to some donos real quick. We had it before. Alex Campbell, thank you for the $5. Doctors have been cleared from Spo for games. I still think he's been cleared. I think that genuinely it's one of those things where do you actually want to integrate him back in the offense at this time? I thought they didn't, and that's why they didn't bring him back. Also, Alex G for the $2. Thank you very much. Tyler is lifting 50-pound dumbbells on IG. He's good. Maybe he is. Like I said, maybe they just don't want to integrate him back in the game.
Right? But Jimmy's playing on a hurt ankle. Like what? Bam's hurt. Gabe's hurt. Like what? At a certain point, bro, we gotta. This is the finals, and they're 2 wins away, and we're 3, and we got potentially one last game at home this season. You can't drop 2 at home. You're not going to do that. So I believe, but I really hope that he at least gives it a shot, or at least it's like a game time decision. They ruled him out super early today, so.
Starting, we'll talk to you.
Bro, go look for real estate in Portland. I don't even care. Stop with the fashion stuff on the bench. Go look for real estate in Portland.
We're going to talk about that later because that was very fucking interesting yesterday. That made my evening. It really did. Stone, we'll talk to you real quick. If you're Spo, Tyler Herro's healthy, what's the plan? What do you say? What do you do?
He's got to play. He just has to play. Even if he's medium healthy, he's got to play. It's getting ridiculous now. Darren Fox played with pretty similar injury the very next game. Herro chose to have surgery, whatever. But at this point, what are you waiting for? There's so much time left, and what, you're going to start over next season just to break your hand again, or your toe, or you wiggled your ears the wrong way, whatever. The excuses just go on and on. It feels like when he needs to be there most, he's always hurt. The bubble run, that was special from him, but since then, just playoff performances have been really bad. And so, for me, he's got to play. And I want him to play because I don't want to end up in his Royal harps on this point. So I'm going to shout out Royal before I get to this point. But what I do not want is a situation where half our fan base is screaming, we were one shot away from winning the NBA Finals. Last year we were a shot away from making the NBA Finals. I don't want a situation where Heat fans can trick themselves into believing that the difference between winning this Finals was Tyler Herro not playing. And if he had played, it would have been different, because then we're going to just end up in this situation all over again. So he's got to go out there, and he's either got to be spectacular or fail spectacularly so we can move in one direction or the other. I'm not rooting on him to fail. I hope he comes back and just puts a lifeline into this team and starts making clutch shots. I think it'll be really hard to do this late in the season, but I mean, I've doubted this Heat team all season, and when I doubt them the most, they seem to just prove me the wrongest. And I'm going to keep riding with that, and until Game 4 is over, I'm not going to be stressed.
Man, I just really hope that the Miami Heat having some insurance on this Tyler Herro contract, because it kind of sucks. And speaking of insurance,
the primary sponsor of the Basement, Simple Health Advisors. Guys, insurance doesn't need to be complicated. Email them or give them a call today and tell them that the Basement sent you. Email our guy, James Pugh at simplehealthadvisors.com, or call 321-345-7738, 321-345-7738. And
look, I don't know what happened with
Buddy said.
Buddy went mute. It's okay.
If you think, Knowledge Anthony, that Pat Riley is the one telling Tyler Herro not to play, I can guarantee you that Pat Riley, in his old senile age, who just wants literally one more to do it. I didn't say that he was being cleared and chose not to play. I said I've seen reports that he can play. I mean, if it's the Heat, if it's him, I don't know. But I guarantee you there are people out there saying that he's been cleared. There are Heat reporters out there saying this, okay? So, I don't know. My anger should be at Spo. He did not do great tonight. I think Herro should 100% play if he can. But I get it. If he can't go, if it's a follow-through thing, player's decision, you're hurt, go ahead. Don't do it. But there's people playing hurt, and Stone gave a great example with De'Aaron Fox. So, again, it can maybe it's a different finger or whatever, a different bone, but dudes are playing through stuff. Jimmy is hurt. We talk about it every day, y'all, how Jimmy is hurt from his ankle. He is hurt. So, I don't know. Bam, though, I just want to give Bam a little love, because I thought he did everything he could tonight to go toe-to-toe with Jokic, even though that man dropped a 30-point triple-double. And I thought Jimmy, at certain points during the game, let him out to dry. And obviously all the role players did as well. But if Bam Adebayo averages what he's doing right now for the rest of the series, win or lose, I'll tell y'all right now, the slander is over. Like, that man will have, like, we got to stop it. Like, okay, it does not get better than that. And let's be real. I think Austin said this on Twitter, y'all. Like, that man recruits people to Miami, like Damian Lillard. You see what he said? Bam is my dog. He loves playing with Jimmy, but he said that about Bam. We can't move Bam, y'all. Okay? There's nobody who could give Jokic more help besides Giannis or somebody a little bit bigger than Bam. And again, we'll see what he does next game. Obviously, we're hoping that it's not a 30-point triple-double. But Jokic is going to feast, y'all. Like, this man is just that good. But we need Jimmy Butler next game. I'm looking to him for the 35+. I am. We got to hold him to that standard. This is what he does in the highest moments. I thought he was on his way to that tonight, and I think if the game was closer, he could have gotten there. I thought he kind of pick and chose when to go full out and when not to tonight. He's got to do it from the rip. Like, it's do or die next game. And that's how the Heat like it. That's what they say. They like being counted out. They like do or die moments. This is it. Go back to Denver 2-2, and honestly, I will not be upset. I don't think – whatever. I wouldn't be upset 2-2 back to Denver.
You stole the topic right out of my head. I was going to say, looking towards the next game. Fuck this loss. It's gone. It's gone. Bam 3's in the bin. We don't care about that. Go into Game 4, which is just, after every loss subsequently, is the most important win of the series, in my opinion. The most important game. It is. What do we do different? Because we look at today, we didn't do. We were very different today from Game 2. We didn't make it tough on anybody. It was disastrous from start to end. It really was. What do we need to do in Game 4 to secure this 2-2 tie, to then go back to Denver and try and steal one there again? What do we do? Stone, you first.
I think Jimmy just blesses us with a Jimmy performance. We've been getting pseudo Jimmy performances or no Jimmy performances at all. He's so due. I felt the best about how he looked moving athletically tonight, and I think he comes out there and really forces the issue. I think he gets that free throw attempt total up. It's been kind of going down and down, especially towards the end of that Celtics series and especially in this series. So I think rather than him shooting 6 free throws tonight, he gets more closer to 10 or 12. And I think getting certain guys into foul trouble with Denver's short rotation will really make a huge difference for the Heat.
I want to shout out Alex G again. Thank you very much for the $10 dono. I can't understand how how the teams that says that we are the best trained can't match Denver's stamina. I saw Jokic play the whole third and fourth, and so did Murray. How can Jimmy and Bam not match that? I agree. Because in game one and 2, you saw Jokic by the third and fourth quarter, he was exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
And he's already acclimated to that sort of climate in Denver. The low oxygen. He's already done that. You'd think coming to Miami, way hotter, harsh conditions, wouldn't be able to, perform in the third and fourth. But he looked fine. He looked fresh the entire game. And it's because he didn't
come out of the game at all.
The hardest workout for him tonight was getting up off the floor after the flop. That is the hardest workout he had to do tonight. That's why. That's why he didn't look like he needed any help. Jamal Murray looked like he could have kept going the entire game. Could have had 60, 70. But he just chose not to. It's one of those things where if you don't put pressure on these players, if you don't defend them correctly, they are going to destroy you. They combined for 66 today. They combined for 31 rebounds and 20 assists. That is Wilt Chamberlain numbers. That's what that is. And if you're going to get bitched like that, this series will end in 5. It will just end in 5. And who knows? But we looked at what Dame said. He's already come out and said 2 things that are really, really, really important. Number one, if Miami wins the championship, he is not coming here. And I know for some people that Dame agenda, it holds like near and dear to their hearts, trying to get Dame a real shooter on this team. And then he says that, and what Alex referred to before, he loves Bam. And I'm not looking away from the finals and saying, fuck that, I want Dame. I'm just saying, would Dame make this team significantly better in every which way possible? And what would you give up for him if the time came and we didn't win the championship? Hopefully we still do. I still think we can, by the way. I still think we can. But if Dame wants to come, what are you giving up for him? What's a fair sort of trade if you're the Portland Trail Blazers looking at that?
I'm giving them whatever they want outside of Jimmy and Bam. No doubt. Whatever they want. It's like that Saudi Arabia live deal. It's like Inter Miami Messi. It's what do you want? And we will make it happen. Just take this index card here and write whatever the hell you need. And we're going to go out to the grocery store and get it. Because if it's Herro, if it's D-Rob, if we've got to move some dudes to a third team, reroute a pick, open up some protections with OKC. It's time for Andy Ellisberg to put down the Big Mac and pick up the calculator and get back to work. It's time to get back to work. I know those checks have been hidden for you, Mickey. I see those ticket prices, bro. I see you not giving anybody T-shirts at the game. I see that new sponsor on the stadium. That bread's up. Get ready because it's going to Damian Lillard. Get ready. It's going to Damian Lillard. I would give them whatever, bro. You got to give them whatever. And in terms of your earlier question, too, I guess we'll wrap up here. How do we go into the next game? I think number one thing for me is you cannot, Murray can't do that again. Murray cannot do that again. Jokic can do not whatever he wants, but Jokic is going to get whatever he wants, and he's going to hit crazy tough shots. You just got to make him work and make him tired. Murray, it can actually be contained with defense, with strategy, getting the ball out of his hands. He just can't do that again. And I don't even think he could, what he did tonight is insane, but we can't even let him go for 28 efficiently or something like that. He's got to have a bad game. And again, we got to win we got to win ugly. It's going to be struggle hoops. It's going to be, get it out the mud, concrete, whatever you want to freaking say. That's what it's going to be, bro. And I believe it's going to happen because no one is going to say it's going to happen. And y'all, I just want to put this into context. That's not me saying that I have weirdly that I have faith in this team's talent or whatever. That's just the track record. Just take a look at the history. That's what's going to happen. Dame is always hurt, not worth $50 million. Herro's always hurt, not worth $30 million or whatever he's getting. Make the money work. Let's get this man who would absolutely elevate this team in the playoffs. And guys, you know what's going to happen in the East, just to close here. Like, the teams are going to get better. Milwaukee is going to get better. They're going to look at the season and be like, we just got bounced round one. We need to make some moves. We need to readjust. Boston, same thing. They already added some assistant coaches and stuff that I don't think necessarily push the needle, but you guys know what's going to happen. So we're going to have to do something too. But, man, the other thing too, what Mike Malone said to the Nuggets, Spo's got to say to us, bro. Like, we gotta outwork them. We can't get out-rebounded. We can't get out-hustled, and we can't let Jamal Murray get 10 rebounds, and a lot of them were after his own shot, it felt like, bro. Like, it felt like he would get his own shot back, which that's insane. So, number one thing for me is making sure Murray doesn't do what he did tonight again. If Jokic gives you hell, he gives you hell. Hopefully, there's one game that Jokic comes out there and is really flat. I'm hoping there's one, and I'm hoping it's next game. And I'm not going to be surprised if the mentality for the Nuggets was just get back to Denver back with home court. I don't know if they're necessarily – I guess they're going to go crazy, but, like, you know what I mean? I don't know if that was necessarily the message. So, but, yeah, Friday's do or die, and that's how the Heat like it. Let's see what Spo and everybody's going to cook up, especially Jimmy, bro. Got to – from the jump, I need 10 again in the first quarter.
I agree. And to close out the show, Alex Campbell, thank you for the $4.99 donate to the Adam Beret Relief Fund and Recovery Unit. We will be finding him, looking for him, trying to get him back wherever the hell he is. Max is actually shooting worse in the playoffs than in the regular season. True. And we saw there was a stretch of those like 15 to 25 games where he was the worst player, worst shooter I've ever seen wear a Heat jersey. It happens. But look, closing out the show, we're going to go with predictions now, and then we're going to close it out. All right, Stone, what is your prediction? Who's winning? By how much? What's the go?
Yeah, so I want to say it's going to be a really scrappy game, but the Heat are about to blow that shit out. We're going to come for game 4. We're taking throats. We're taking babies. We're taking moms. We're taking grandmas. It don't matter. I got Heat in 6. We got a clean sweep coming up after this, and it starts Friday night. I will be in the building, and they better not let me down.
I respect it. And really quickly, the Heat are not going to be able to get off that Lowry contract. The team is not that stupid. The New York Knicks exist. Don't talk to me about an organization that would pay you, Joakim Noah, $84 million over 4 years. Do not underestimate them. They're coming. And Bubba, Mr. Amazon Sport himself, the GOAT. What is your prediction? Who's winning? By how much?
Heat down 11 entering the fourth quarter. Jimmy Butler masterclass. You already know. I think we're going to win close. It's good. It's not going to, we're not blowing anybody out. Like, people are like, can we just blow the Nuggets out? We don't blow teams out. We don't do that. Except
the Boston Celtics.
Unless you're the Boston Celtics in game 7. Then we blow your ass out. But the Nuggets, we're not going to blow them out. Too talented. Give me us, though. I think we're going to win. No doubt. I think we're going to win. Go back to Denver 2-2, and we'll see what happens from there. I think Bam and Jimmy have a really, really good game. And, I think Bam makes it a little bit tougher on Jokic. I don't think he'll have a 30, 20, and 10 again. But, I don't think he's going to have another all-time great finals performance back-to-back. And please, if Murray doesn't go nuclear like that again, I honestly think we win close.
Mr. Stone got me inspired. I'm going to dive into my royal bag real quick. The Heat about to blow that shit out. I don't give a fuck what you have to say. No one has to say anything. Heat in 6. Heat in 5. I don't care. Heat in 5. We're going to make history. We're going to beat them so fucking bad, they're going to end the series early. That is the only thing I'm going to say. All right? I don't give a fuck about what you got to say about Kyle Lowry, Robinson. I don't care about Max Strus. Jimmy's dropping 60. Bam's having 60. We're going to have the very first 66 back-to-back games from 2 stars. It's going to happen. Okay? I don't care. 5 hours, Heat in 5 hours to Cancun. Fuck your Cancun. All right? Fuck your Cancun. Heat in 6, baby. That's it. And we're out.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the trade, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul, but when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.